is exactly how I identify keywords to drive sales and help brands rank on page one. In today's video, I'll be walking you through how I use one of my favorite tools to identify the right keywords to launch and optimize Amazon listings like a pro. This is exactly how I use Data Dive to hone in on winning keywords to be able to then weave into your Amazon listing copy and set you up on the path for success. If you're not using Data Dive yet, I highly suggest you check it out. Plus, with the code EMMA20, you can save 20% off your membership for lifetime. Now, that is an affiliate link, meaning that I will make a small commission if you do choose to sign up and use Data Dive, but all of that gets reinvested right back into this channel so I can continue bringing you high quality content to help you grow your e-commerce business. So if you're curious about Data Dive, make sure to use that code or follow the link down below. So in case you haven't been following along, I am creating a whole series of videos that walk you through my proven process that I have used to help over 2,500 brands scale successfully on Amazon. Everything from customer research all the way through the entire listing optimization process. And in today's video, we are diving into a key part of our keyword research process, which is how we use Data Dive to quickly and easily find high value keywords that we can then naturally weave into the content of our listing. Data Dive gives you an abundance of information and it's all super easy to find. But like any tool, there is a learning curve. So I thought it might be helpful to walk you through not only how we use Data Dive, but then how we take that information and digest it so that we can find the meaningful information that we need in order to help create the best listing content possible. Okay, so when you are using Data Dive, it all starts with creating a tray of products that are similar to what it is that you are selling. And in this whole series where I am walking you through my listing optimization process, we have been building an imaginary brand around bully sticks, which are a single ingredient dog treat. So in order to fill my tray by the Data Dive lingo, I have gone to Amazon.com and I am going to search for bully sticks. And so I'm going to go scroll through the results and I'm going to start filling my tray. So you can see as I'm scrolling here, you need to have the Data Dive extension downloaded in order to be able to use this part of the tool. So you can see here that I have the ability to add to tray. So I'm going to want to start adding into tray. Now, not all of these are ones that I'm going to add in, but 4-inch, 8-ounce bully sticks, that seems like a good one. I'm going to want to get a variety here. So I'm going to add these Red Barn, Nature's Nos. Our dive box is full, which means it is, and I can pull that up even if I want. And so now when I pull up the dive box, and some of this, by the way, goes a little bit slow, but it is, you can see here, the items that I added into my tray are appearing right here. And now I need to create a new niche. Okay, so I create a new niche, bully sticks. So I can also do something called best competitors, which is another way of being able to really quickly identify a whole list of 100 top competitors. So Data Dive, what I really like about it is that it's all about honing quickly into the information that you need so that you're not slogging through a lot of manual labor to identify your top competitors, those key differentiation opportunities, as well as the actual keywords that you need to be including in your content. So if I click discover, okay, so it has pulled up a big list of potential competitor options. I've had it pre-select what it considers to be the top 15. And to round things out, let's just include a handful. more. Okay, so I've selected 23 ASINs. We have the hero keyword here. Now I dive. So there are two main ways that you can add listings to your tray and then run your dive to extract all of that data. And some of that is just going to depend on the specifics, and determining which way to do it is somewhat depend upon your circumstances. For example, if you are selling into a pretty established category where the direct competitors are obvious, then the niche dive is going to be really fast, quick, and easy. However, if you are selling something that maybe is a little bit outside of the box, it doesn't have one specific category that it falls into, or it's a bundle, or it's something that has different components that do not exactly align with your top competitors, then you may want to do a more manual creation of your tray, combining different competitors that represent different aspects of the product that you're selling, because you do want to make sure that you are being as comprehensive as possible. But that is also one area where data dive sometimes misses the mark, which is why we always make sure to combine our data dive research with our other favorite tool. And you want to be sure to be subscribed to this channel, because in an upcoming video, I will be taking you through the next step of our proven keyword research strategy. So you're definitely going to want to make sure to stay tuned for that, because that's really how we make sure to create a super comprehensive strategy that does not leave any single keyword opportunity on the floor. So now let's go back. We have gotten the data, and now we need to evaluate the data. Now, like the name suggests, Data Dive gives us a lot to work with. It's great, it's super helpful, but it is also a lot. So you can see here we're in the master keyword list, and there are all sorts of different details that we can choose to show. It's also, we can see here all of the competitors that we are competing against. You see where they are denoted as very strong or weak. So those strong ones are going to be tough to compete against. The weak ones are going to be perhaps some of our better opportunities here. And so you're actually seeing how they are performing with these different keywords. It's all color coded, so it's quite easy to follow. And these are what Data Dive has selected as our top keywords, the most valuable, the most important. And it has a proprietary algorithm that is factoring in relevancy, as well as search volume, as well as how competitive a keyword is, to really help you hone in on what the most valuable keywords are going to be. So we see that in this case, it is giving us plenty to work with. And this might also give us some good insight into opportunities for keywords that are really specific to the customers that we have identified. And if you don't remember, we have identified that our target customers are millennials that do not have children, that have a high energy dog, that want a natural, healthy way to be able to channel some of their destructive energy. It might be a puppy. They might also be working a lot, and so they want to make sure that their dog is well taken care of with a high quality treat. And they don't want to just give it something that's plastic or that could be harmful or dangerous or whatnot. So you are going to want to, and this is where things can get a little bit tedious, but you are going to want to go through this entire list to identify a few different things. What are those winning keywords where you have an opportunity to carve out some of your own part of the competitor pie? Also, you want to keep an eye out for words that you're either going to want to avoid or use very carefully, because sometimes you will find that those really high value seeming keywords are actually ones that could get you into trouble, whether they are keywords that have some kind of prohibited language, which I wouldn't necessarily expect in this particular product's case, but those can certainly populate and come up in other categories. In addition, this is also where sometimes your competitors' branded keywords are going to sneak sneak in, and those could absolutely get you in trouble. So you see here something like Bow Wow Ballistics, Natural Farm Ballistics. I believe that both of those are competitor brand names, also Pawstruck, Pupford. So any of the keywords like that, we're going to want to avoid unless there is some kind of way that we can integrate them that is in line with Amazon's best practices and just general marketing and advertising rules. However, we are not going to get into that today because we are talking about evaluating and finding good keywords. So what's really excellent is when you find those keywords that have high search volume, that have high relevancy, and that your competitors are not necessarily doing a great job of using. So then we would need to painstakingly go through this whole list, which I'm not going to do with you today because we would be here for a very long time, but it doesn't stop there because this is the master keyword list. So this is what Data Dive is considered to be the best keyword options possible, but there are also these outliers and residue. And I know that this sounds like a lot of work, but this is so important because this is part of the foundations of setting your business up for success. So you don't want to just be dismissive of this or say, okay, well, I've looked at the master keyword list. That's enough. I'm good, because we can see right off the bat, dog chews for aggressive chewers, dog chews rawhide free. There are long-lasting dog chews. There are some really valuable keywords here that for whatever reason it is saying are not super relevant, but we know are. Now in this outliers, we're also going to find keywords that are less relevant, like dog cheese or collagen sticks. So you're going to find less of the keywords that you are looking for here, but you don't want to write it off. And then lastly, we do have the residue. So these are most likely going to be the least relevant of all the words. But as we've established, even if there are 1 or 2 gems in there, that could really make a huge difference with your business. So it really is worth investing the time into doing this right. Or if you feel like this is all just way too much and you want somebody to take it off your plate, this is absolutely something that we can help you with. So just go ahead and fill out that form below to get your free listing analysis, or reach out to us directly, and we would be happy to help you launch or optimize your Amazon listings. Now, Data Dive gives us all kinds of information that we can use in the actual listing creation process, including a deep dive that gives us information about the different products and shows us a full breakdown that includes all of our competitors' images, how long they've been selling, average price. So lots of really great planning resources here. So now I'm just going to preview something really important for you right now, but we will go deeper into this in a future video where we talk about actually implementing the keywords into the listing. But I still wanted to show this to you in the event that you are already at this stage and you are chomping at the bit, ready to get to optimizing your listing. The listing builder is a really great tool to help you keep track of what keywords you're using where. It is also helping you evaluate the quality of your SEO score in contrast to your competitors. So as you write your title, or in our case, we don't actually write it in Data Dive, but we will write it in a document and then we will put it into Data Dive to see how things are scoring and how our keyword utilization is going. And then from there, what is also super cool is it is showing you how the competitors that you've selected stack up to you. So it gives you this overall listing ranking juice. And if you want to see how we start to raise that, like let's just take this keyword right here, bully sticks for medium dogs. If I put that into my title, bully sticks for medium dogs. Now I would format this correctly with proper capitalization, but when I do that, you see that this overall listing ranking juice pops right up, and now it is showing me how I am stacking up against the competitors. So you can see that I have 284,501 ranking juice points, I guess, to go in order to surpass Woof if I want to do that. So as I fill in the keywords. And so what's really cool here is you see, because I use bully sticks for medium dogs, it's also noting bully sticks for dogs, bully sticks, bully stick, dog bully sticks. So it's making it super simple for me to be able to keep track of things and also avoid being repetitive, which is super easy to do if you're not using a tool like this. And then the last super cool thing that I like about using Data Dive for listing optimization is the battle of the listings. So when you go to the battles of the listing, you can actually compare how each part of your listing stacks up to your competitors. So we can see my title and my ranked juice versus my different competitors' ranked juice. And similarly, once I have my bullets written and my description written. And so it's a great way to really be able to fully maximize my keyword utilization potential. While I love Data Dive for how fast and easy it makes finding great, valuable insights and information and keywords and then helps me implement all of that information into a solid listing optimization strategy, there are some gaps that I always want to make sure to fill so that I do not leave a single high value keyword phrase behind. If that video is already live, then I will be linking it here right now. Either way, be sure to subscribe so that you learn our proven process that we use to help brands gain the unfair advantage. If that video isn't live yet, then another really high value video should be popping up right here. Go ahead and click it right now. I better see you over there. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Bye.